Avoiding penalties, smart strategies for early IRA and 401k withdrawals. You've probably heard the phrase, touching your IRA or 401k early is a death warrant or sentence. Never want to do it, right? But we get it. I get it. I've had to do it, right? I've lived through 2008, lived through COVID. Life throws you curveballs. This video is going to teach you the most tax-efficient strategies that you need to know and how you can tap in to your IRA or 401k in the most cost-effective way. Now, obviously, in a perfect world, you never have to, right? You make contributions, your money grows in your IRA, and when you retire, you have millions and millions of dollars. We wish that was the case, but things happen. I'm Adam Bergman. I'm a tax attorney, founder of IRA Financial, and I've seen it all. I've written 9 books on self-directed retirement accounts, helped over 25,000 retirement investors invest almost $4 billion in alternative asset investments. So I've seen it all. I've seen every strategy available on how someone could tap into your retirement account cost effectively and tax efficiently, and I'm going to teach you. Give me the next couple minutes and I'm going to tell you everything you need to know. I hope you're going to enjoy the video, and if you do, please don't hesitate to like the video and subscribe to this great YouTube channel. So why are early withdrawals from your IRA and 401k such a big deal? Well, unfortunately, it just comes down to simple math, compounding returns. Year after year, you make contributions into your retirement account and your money grows without tax. That's known as tax deferral or compounding returns. But when you pull some of that money out prematurely, you're going to lose the growth on that account, right? If you make contributions in year 1 of $5,000 and then year 2 of $5,000, now you have $10,000 and it grew at a 10% rate, but you then took $2,000 out again a year later, you're going to not be able to take advantage of the full opportunity of compounding returns. So it's essentially called whitewashing your IRA or leaking. Okay, I use the term leaking because the money leaks out and is never coming back. And it happens. I've done it. I've had to do it, but it's painful. And it's very painful if you're going to do it to a Roth IRA. So the first tip I'll say is if you're going to leak money out of an IRA, leak it out of an IRA and not a Roth IRA, or a 401k and not a Roth 401k. Why? Roth IRAs and 401ks are gold. Once you're 59 and a half and the Roth's been open 5 years, you can pull that money out tax-free. Where on a pre-tax IRA or a pre-tax 401k, you're going to pay tax on what you pull out. So obviously you want to protect and shelter the Roth asset as best as you can. One other thing to note, there's different rules for IRAs and 401ks when it comes to early withdrawals. Okay. Number 1, IRAs, you can move the money out anytime you want. Okay, you have to pay tax and a 10% penalty in some cases if you're under 59 and a half, but you have the freedom to do so. In a 401k, believe it or not, you don't. You need a triggering event to pull money out of a 401k. Generally need to be over the age of 59 and a half or you gotta leave your job. So you can't just pull money out of a 401k. So when I talk about the best strategies for taking money or leaking money out of a retirement account, in some cases with a 401k, just pulling the money out is not an option. If you currently work at Apple and you're 45 years old and you need to pull money out of your 401k, you can't just do it. Okay, so we're going to get into some strategies. So the first strategy, and this is going to be 401k specific, is the loan. You can borrow $50,000 or 50% of your account value, whatever's less, use it for any purpose in a 401k, so long as your 401k has a loan feature. IRAs do not have a loan feature. Okay, 5-year loan, pay it back at least quarterly at a low interest rate of prime. Okay, so that is probably the most tax advantageous way of pulling money out of a retirement plan. Again, only works for 401ks. Why? Because you're pulling the money out, but it's not leaking because you're going to pay yourself back. And not only are you just giving the money back to the plan, but it's going to get a prime rate of return, 8.25%, 7.5%, whatever prime is. So you're getting tax-free penalty for using the money, and your retirement account is growing by the prime interest rate. So it's really the most, I think, tax optimization, best tax way to do this in the most tax efficient manner. The second, I think, only applies to IRAs. I would say it just generally doesn't work for 401ks, is the 60-day rollover. Okay? Once every 12 months, you can pull money out of your IRA, potentially out of the 401k if you're over 59.5, but not if you're under 59.5. That's why I said it generally only works for IRAs. Once every 12 months, 60 days, you can pull the cash of the asset out, but you got to return the cash of the asset back within 60 days. So you take 30 grand out of the IRA, within 60 days, you got to return it. You have 60 days to do whatever you need to do with that money. If you don't return it, subject to tax and potentially 10% penalty if you're under the age of 59.5. Substantial equal periodic payments apply to both IRAs and 401ks. And essentially what it is you can take out a set amount over a period of years, generally until you reach 59.5, but it's set based off a table by the IRS. So it's good if you need a little bit of money each year for a period of years and you're under 59.5. You still owe tax, but you can escape the 10% early distribution penalty. And then there's the rule of 55, which applies to 401ks. If you are between 55 and 59 and you leave your job, you can pull money out of the 401k without the 10% penalty. Roth rules, okay? These are important. If you have a Roth IRA, whatever you can contribute, whatever you put in, you can pull out the next minute tax-free. The earnings, which is the juice on the Roth IRA, you must wait till you're 59.5 and the Roth's been open at least 5 years to pull out, okay? It's 59.5 and the 5 years. That's the gold dust. That's the magic sauce. That's why if you're gonna have leakage, you wanna leak out of the pre-tax IRA or 401k, and you do not wanna leak out of the Roth. That would be very tough to do. Things happen in life, I get it, but try your hardest to, if you have to pull money out, pull it out of the pre-tax, try to do the 401k loan, try to do the 60-day. If you just have like a short-term credit card, credit crunch or cash crunch, use that 60-day option once every 12 months. But in other cases, once that money comes out of the plan, you're whitewashing it, you're leaking it, it's not gonna come back. Plan ahead. What are some alternatives to early withdrawal? So I don't wanna sit here and tell people that, hey, like we all have a magic wand and we're all Nostradamus. We all can determine what's gonna happen next. We don't. So it's kind of hard to plan ahead. What I would suggest is just kind of looking at surveying your retirement accounts and just understanding where the opportunities are. If you have to tap in, where they are. So if you have access to a 401k at work, ask, is there a loan feature? If you're self-employed, maybe you want to set up a solo K so you have the loan feature option. Do you have Roth and pre-tax? What assets do you have in each? What age are you? Are you between 55 and 59? Have you ever done a 60-day rollover in the last 12 months? It's not a year, it's in the last 12 months. Be careful, be very selective on when you do that 60-day, because once you do it, you're done. If you have one IRA or 20 IRAs, you can do that 60-day only once across the board. So you got to be very specific, and that's where I think planning ahead makes a lot of sense. And knowing the rules, right? Education's key, and that's why I do these videos, is to help all of you, giving you some of my tax attorney knowledge, kind of giving it to you all for free. If you find this video helpful, and hopefully you do, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to our channel. It's really important. I do this stuff, I love doing these videos, and I appreciate all support. So when people like the video and they subscribe to the channel, it makes me feel good. It gives me a little bit more confidence to keep going and keep researching these strategies and keep coming up with new video ideas to help all of you. So I would really, really appreciate the more likes and the more people to subscribe. Warms my stomach, makes me feel good, makes me happy, and keeps me going. So I really appreciate it. But hope you really enjoyed the video. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I hope to see everyone again on the next video. Thanks.